If you think about what's the first couple things that you need to do when you sign up a client, I want you to back that out. Think about if you could meet with a client for an hour to 2 hours and just charge them your time. And that's what I call a foot in the door offer. So, like, for example, when someone would come to me about a lead generation problem, I would say, okay, cool. Let's talk a little bit more about the problem, where you're trying to go. Like, I'm trying to separate where they're at, where they're wanting to go, and what's the gap. And then I'll position the foot in the door. And I'll say, hey, based everything what you told me on this, I really think we should get together for an hour to 2 hours, and let's build you a lead generation blueprint. On this blueprint, there's 3 possible outcomes. You'll love the plan, and you'll go execute it yourself. If that's the case, I wish you luck. Like Frank loves to say that. Number 2, like that's the exact wording that he would say. Number 2, you'll love the plan, which is the most common, and we'll work together and we'll talk about that. Number 3, you hate the plan, I give you your money back, so there's nothing for you to lose. What this will do for your business is it will tell you who's serious. You'll close people 1,000 times quicker, and you actually close more of them. And then what you'll do from that foot in the door, now you'll meet with them for an hour. And here's where most people mess up. They try to, like, this is something that they used to give to the prospect for free. Now you're charging for it. So they try to over deliver, and then you confuse the hell out of them. But what you have to do is you're just looking for one little thing where you can actually help them. So like, let's say it was on, I had a client that had a $5,000 a month retainers doing SEO, and he would hold his clients on for like 6 months, and then they would leave. So basically making $30,000 to $60,000 a year per client he would sign up. I said, let's do a $2,500 foot in the door where you're going to meet with them for that hour. That foot in the door is designed to them to find a problem, to sell a project. And so I asked the client, I said, how long would it take you to show and demonstrate results to your client? 2 months. Cool. We're going to do a 3-month project to give you some time. So we're going to charge $15,000, which is 5,000 times 3, right? We'll charge them $15,000. But at the end of the month 2, before month 3, when they start seeing results, that's when you're going to position the 12-month retainer. Now, remember, he was charging $5,000 a month, only keeping them for about 3 months, 6 months, right? So they were not making much money. Now that he've built trust, shown value, his retainer went up to $9,000 for 12 months. That's over 6 figures per client. That's reoccurring, predictable, reliable. So it's all about changing that offer to make it easy for them. And you'll also see the bad, like it'll help you get away from the bad clients, right?
Right. It's sort of it's a project-based start, early wins, tangible before you transition into, and before that 3-month time period is up, you then position the longer term agreement, because it's like we've already sort of proven our worth here. Unless you just want to be in the business where you have clients for 3 to 6 months and that's it, and you just keep churning them. We're going to take those people aside at this point, because I think this is a much easier model. But the point is you're giving up. What I've found in my experience is going right into the continuity to begin with is a huge mistake, because you have to provide so much value, and it usually has to do with an inverse relationship between price and value. Like your value is huge and your price is relatively low, but you're still charging them something. But by the time that second or third month has happened, all of a sudden it's shifted. It's like, oh my God, these guys are giving me so much value. Everything is now clear, like tracking or creative or whatever it happens to be. And now it's like, all right, I'd be stupid not to do this longer term because you've been able to do it. And then that's when you can charge your actual rates. But I think business owners just in general want to make like that first sale, like, hey, we sold a $10,000 a month client. And it's like, no, you're setting yourself up for ultimately for failure. I'm sure you probably have seen that in your experience.
Oh yeah. I mean, they go right for the jugular. It takes them a lot longer to commit, and the wrong person's going to come in. And then a lot of times what you'll figure is they actually need something more. because they left off something in the very beginning. And then
That's the biggest problem, right? Is you don't sell enough to set your clients up for success. You're so desperate to get in the door and to close the deal that you actually put them at a massive disadvantage. I've seen that a lot.
yeah. And you want your clients to look at you as an advisor. Like if they're coming to you for problems, you've set that up in the right way. If they're coming to you just with orders, well, you're just an order taker and you're replaceable. And that business is not a sellable. I mean, you can sell it. Like you could sell it to yourself, like a lot of people say, right? Like, but it's not worth as much to someone coming in and buying you because the business is, just an order taker. And there's a lot of order takers out there.